Welcome to Sports Talk with the Jersey Guys. I'm Mike Miller, joined by David Heselfeld, Mike McConville.
You're gonna pick up your
This is a show where we do nothing but drink beer and talk about current sports topics. And today, with Major League Baseball opening season just around the corner, with the Cardinals against the Marlins, right? Miami Marlins.
Unless you count, soft opening night.
The soft opening night.
Yeah,
That's another topic.
We're gonna
the
leave
two
that.
games in Japan, that was probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, the A's and the Mariners played 2 games in Japan to start the regular season, then came back, played spring training games, and then they're going to continue the regular season.
Restart.
Stupid. The Mariners are behind winless teams.
That is kind of funny.
No, both teams won. They split. Yeah, we saw when we pulled up the stats on there. Yes, they did.
Well,
both
maybe
teams won.
Maybe they won the second game.
Yeah, because there was only 2 games in those 2 game series. But anyways, guys, with the season preview, I think it's a good idea to figure out, who we have making the playoffs from each league.
Alright.
There's going to be your 3 division winners, and then there's going to be 2 wild cards. And the first round of the playoffs is a 1-game playoff between the 2 wild card winners in each league, which I like. I think it's a good idea. You don't have that team that's, all right, I won the wild card, I'm going to go play that. They still have to play someone
They
else.
still got to play someone else.
And it's a 1-game series, which I think is huge.
Which puts more emphasis on
winning your division.
Because you get a bye.
Because that team that wins the wild card game, they're not going to have their ace. At least not for that first game of the second round.
Unless they start their second guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whether or not they're going to, depending on how their bullpen is and their not bullpen, their rotation is, how strong they are, whether or not they're going to want to start their second guy.
If you're a wild card team and you got 1 game, you're going to want to give it to your best pitcher.
You do want your best person on the mound.
So that's going to be interesting. And I do like the fact that it does give more emphasis on winning your division. Because I think that's very important in baseball, is winning your division. So I think it puts the wild card teams at a disadvantage, and it's better for the sport of baseball because it gives emphasis on winning your division. Guys, let's start off with the American League. What do you got?
Well, I have the team that buys all their players winning their division, the Yankees winning the East. I have the Rangers. I think they're going to be a dark horse team this year with Yu Darvish.
Well, I don't know if you can really say they're a dark horse team because, they've made it to the ALCS the past 2 years, or they've made it to the World Series the last 2 years, haven't they? Yeah.
Coming out of the West, I got the team that almost made it last year without adding their powerhouse guy, Prince Fielder. I have the Tigers winning the Central by at least 5 to 6 games. So I think you're going to wrap that division a little early.
Okay, so who are your 2 wild cards?
My wild card teams is I'm kind of on the fence about just one team. It's the Red Sox. Because you don't know really you don't know Bobby Valentine, the chemistry with the locker room, him banning chicken and beer, and he also saying that the players cannot be in the clubhouse. They have to be they have to be on the bench. Supporting teammates.
Oh, yeah, they're not allowed to hang out.
Not allowed to play video games and drink beer in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
While the game's going on. And no shocker here, really. I have the Angels as my second wild card team with the Pujols.
So you have the Rangers winning the West, and the Angels is your wild card team.
Right.
Okay. And who do you have winning your MVP in the American League?
I honestly think it's probably gonna come down to a couple guys. A-Rod, if he stays healthy.
He has to be healthy.
If he stays healthy, he'll probably be in it. Josh Hamilton, if he stays healthy with the Rangers, will probably be in the talks. But honestly, I think Albert Pujols will win it because, yes, his numbers have been declining, but it's
still great numbers.
Yep.
It's Pujols.
And he is the popular pick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about your Cy Young winner?
Here, he is a dominant player, and he really needs to leave the team he's on. I have King Felix Hernandez. I know Seattle will never do it, but some team needs to give Seattle something to get this miraculous pitcher out of Seattle.
This could be a deadline deal this year, him leaving.
But
I don't think he'll sign an extension once his contract's done.
Well, you never know. He could be loyal to that team.
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. Could be loyal.
So, that'd be a good pick, King Felix.
I honestly, I would like to see Felix go.
Give him a couple years, he'll be a Yankee or a Red Sox. Maybe even a
Probably.
Philly.
No, he doesn't want to be a Yankee. The Yankees tried to trade for him a couple years ago, and he exercised his no trade clause to not be a Yankee.
Good for him.
Hell yeah, good for him. That's why I like the dude.
All right, Dave, who do you have coming out of the American League?
I want to go on record and state that I don't watch much baseball.
Well,
At least not this, but in the past. This year is going to be a little different. I'm going to try to get into it. So these are gut feelings. Not so much the stats or who's on the team. I have no clue who's on what team.
I have celebrities.
So I am going out of the East. I got Boston.
Boston.
Because
Beantown.
I got that feeling. Out of the Central, I got the Detroit Tigers. So they've been good, yes. Out of the West, I got the Texas Rangers. You can't deny 2 years in a row. You know,
C.J.
Going
Wilson.
to the World Series.
Yeah, going to the World Series 2 years in a row.
You know, C.J. Wilson,
Elvis,
Elvis, whatever.
they've got Nafi
Gosh.
Feliz moving into the starting rotation
Yeah.
from being the closers. So I think that'll be big for
Them
them.
paying like hundreds of millions of dollars to get
For
Hugh
you,
Darvish
Darvish,
out of
he's looked
Japan.
good in spring training.
Never seen a 6.5-foot pitcher before. Me personally. There's probably been
I'm
some.
sure there's a lot of things you haven't seen personally.
Ah,
And
Christ.
in the wild card teams, I have the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
They're no longer Devil Rays, buddy. Oh
They're
my
just-
God,
I'm sorry,
you're
no.
showing date.
No, I'm
Baby.
sorry. I grew up with them as
They're the
Tampa
Tampa Bay
Bay
Rays.
they're always going to be the Devil. I grew up in
You gotta
Florida.
remember, all their success came after they dropped the Devil part. You could be jinxing them.
Whatever.
So are you still going to call the Miami Marlins the Florida Marlins?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
You're going to... All right, then I got one for this one. You're going to call the Washington Nationals the Expos?
of Montreal.
Yes.
What
You know what? When I lived in
They
Jacksonville,
play
we
in
had a,
Washington now. I understand you're calling...
and there ends our segment.
All right, let's
No.
keep going. Let's keep going.
No.
Stupid sign.
No, they are the Washington Nationals. Okay, I don't care too much about that, but yeah, I still think of them as the Expos. And it just reminded me when I used to live in Jacksonville when we had the Jacksonville Expos, which was a minor league team before. But you know, whatever. I got the Yanks and the Rays.
Okay. You have
As well.
picks for
Stupid sign.
MVP or Cy Young?
Nope, I got question marks.
Okay, good.
That's what I have.
Oh, you are a question mark.
Special.
I know nothing about baseball, but I know more about this guy.
Out of the East, I've got the Rays. I just think they're going to be really good this year.
The
I mean,
Rays.
the Tampa Bay Rays,
Yeah.
the good team.
The good
Um,
team.
Out of the West, I'm taking the Angels. They added Pujols. They've been so strong recently. They've been knocking on the door. I just think this is a huge addition to that team. I mean,
Jared
there's
Weaver.
no doubt that this guy is a game changer. And he instantly makes this team better.
Well,
He instantly makes them, I'm not saying a World Series favorite.
he could have went to Seattle and made them a favorite.
Yeah,
Come on.
let's put it that way. He could have went to the Nationals and made them
He could have went to the
a
Pittsburgh.
500 team.
Yeah, you just say that because you're a hater.
No, because they're horrible.
Better than you think. You just hate them because they got Jason Worth.
Jason Worth has sucked since he's gone over there. Exactly. And Ryan Madsen, once he went over there, now he's injured for the year. He's on a 1-year contract and he's already out for the year.
Ryan Madsen went to the.
No, he went. Oh my, dude, you are not going to argue with me, baseball.
He went to the Reds, dude.
No, he
Look
didn't.
it up right now. Ryan Madsen went to the Reds.
I'm pretty sure he went to the Nats.
What do you want to put
Check
on it?
number 2.
What do you want to put on it?
I'm not gonna put.
I'm
anything
more
on.
confident
I'm pretty
on this
sure
than
he
the other
went to the
thing.
Nats.
Yeah, he went to the Reds.
All right. Well, if he did go to the Reds, we're going to edit this out.
No, you're going to admit on camera that I was right.
You might be right on this. I'm not-
News for
Yeah.
Ryan Madsen.
He did go. You know what?
Boom!
I will give you that one. It was Brad Lidge I'm thinking of.
There you
Lidge
go.
went to the Nationals.
Genius.
That's right. Lidge went to the Nationals. Centrals, I'm taking the Tigers. They were my World Series pick last year. They came up a little bit short. But this year they added a guy by the name of Prince Fielder, who I think is probably the most underrated acquisition of the season. I'm talking about like big acquisitions. You know, everyone's talking about Reyes going over to
The other
the
stuff.
That other random
Marlins,
garbage.
you know, Pujols going to the Angels. But I think this was probably one of the biggest moves. You know, I think Prince Fielder, especially being with an American League team, now he can DH occasionally. You know, he's kind of a big guy. He kind of is a little bit of a liability on defense, even though
That's
he's
what we
at
didn't
first
talk about with
base.
Pujols. With him moving from National to the American League, he can also DH now.
Yeah, but he's more of a natural first baseman than Prince Fielder is.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about, maybe the day when to give him rest. He can DH.
yeah. And I think that'll be good for Fielder.
Yeah. What am I talking about, Fielder?
Well, I am, because I'm talking about my picks. So, my 2 wild cards for the American League are the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Ooh,
And that will be an awesome 1-game playoff.
You know what that would
Yankees, Red Sox, 1 game to move to the next round. That will be huge.
Snorefest.
Yeah, anyway, my MVP pick is Prince Fielder for the above reasons I stated.
I can,
You know,
I can back you on that one.
I think he's going to have a great year. I mean, you saw what he did in the National League, and I think he can do even more in the American League.
Right.
With the option to bench hit, well, DH. My Cy Young is a bit of a dark horse. Now, remember, the Cy Young is for the best pitcher, and I think Zach Greinke is going to have a huge year. I'm sorry. I think Greinke's going to have a great year. You know, he did well coming, to the Royals last year.
You gotta
The
produce
Royals
runs!
No.
You gotta produce runs!
That's not what this is about. This is about who's got the better pitcher. And you saw what Justin Verlander did last year.
He had a good team behind him.
He did, but you saw what happened when the other pitchers came in. Their record wasn't even close to what Verlander's record was.
Because he could produce runs.
Exactly, and Verlander still won the Cy Young and was a heavy favorite to win the MVP.
Which is shocking.
So, I mean,
Well, because he
one
almost hit
pitcher
a number
can-
that no other pitcher has ever hit before.
I'm just saying, Greinke is my dark horse to win the Cy Young for the American League. I think he can do it. And I would love to see it. I think he's a great pitcher. I think he can do it. The Royals
I'll
are
give
a
you
better
that. I'm
team.
giving you. He's a great pitcher, but
The Royals are a team that was young last year, and they showed improvement throughout the season. I think they can do it. They showed some streaks. They did.
anything is possible in the game of sports.
Exactly. What about your National League picks, Mike?
all right. Out of the East, I know you're gonna hate this one. I got the Marlins coming out of the East with all their new acquisitions, with pitching. Mark Burley, Carlos. I want to say Carlos Delgado, but he's a Met or was. Carlos Verlander, no, Zambrano.
Yeah,
God,
Zambrano.
why can't I remember this dude's name ever?
Because he's not
I think
that important.
Zamboni.
Carlos Zambrano.
It's hockey time.
Who else did I get? I got Jose Reyes. He's a great dude to get on base. He can steal bases.
You know what?
Here comes the Philly love.
No, I just want to see how they do with Hanley moving over to third.
He's pissed.
I know he is.
He's
I want to see how he plays before I can really say, Miami's going to be a real threat.
Honestly, I think
see how that works.
if it gets bad enough, they'll trade him.
Oh yeah, I think they will too. But that's
Wait,
a
who's
big
younger,
piece of the
Reyes
team.
or Hanley?
Oh, they're going to trade Hanley. They didn't sign Reyes just so they could trade him at the deadline.
The West is the dark horse team for me. They did good last year, missed the playoffs by a couple
Barely.
games. Barely missed it.
Diamondbacks, right?
Yes. The Arizona Diamondbacks. They don't really have big name guys, but they have
They're a good
guys
team.
that are good.
And they can produce runs.
Bitch, keep still, Mike. You want to do the rest of
No,
me too?
go on.
Just fuck.
Go on. I'm just actually agreeing with you for once.
I know. I mean, just say what I'm gonna say. Damn it, Jesus Christ! I got out of the Central. I got the team that won it all last year. Yeah, I almost said the Arizona Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals.
The baseball Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah, they lost Pujols, but I think even when Pujols was injured last year, that team still did pretty good. With the two dominant pitchers that they have. Come on, Carpenter and
Yeah, I know, but it's all going to depend on how much Beltran can help.
That's why I
See how
think
much
they're
of a
going to
void
move
he can
Holiday up
fill.
to 4, and
Yeah.
Beltran will shoot. Shoot. Fucking hockey. We'll hit
fifth.
fourth. Hit fifth. Fourth.
No.
You just said
Holiday's going to hit cleanup in fourth.
All right.
And he'll probably have Beltran hit fifth most of the time to protect Holiday.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, all right. Makes sense. All right, and then the two wild card teams. You're gonna like this one, Dave. You got the Atlanta Braves.
That's right.
They were in it till the last game last year, and sadly they choked to the Cardinals. Choked to the Cardinals. You know what? I'm not even gonna say this next team for the wild card, because I don't like them. I hate them with passion. So fuck them.
Oh.
No one need to be concerned about, man.
Phillies?
Yes.
And who's your MVP pick for the National League?
Shocker here with me being a Mets fan. The ex-Met, Jose Reyes. He was in the MVP talk all last year until the end of the season when he knew he wasn't going to be a Met, and he just kind of gave up.
Yeah. He pretty much.
So I think if the Marlins are in the hunt for the number one for the division, he will try harder. I think he'll steal more bases. He'll have more hits. Not sure about he'll have more home runs. He's not really a home run guy, but I think he's definitely going to be an MVP.
He's definitely a run scorer, that's for sure. What about your Cy Young?
Do I have to say it? Do I have to say
Yes, please. I want to hear
it?
that.
All right. If this dude can return to form after being out a year and a half with injury, if he can be half of what he was when he was in Minnesota, Johan Santana, comeback player of the year and Cy Young winner.
I wish you the best of luck on that.
You picked Zach Greinke.
Yeah, at least Greinke's with a better team. I know with pitching, the team doesn't really matter all that much, but
saying, well, the Mets aren't that. I can't even say it.
They're the Mets.
Yes, they're massive paralyzing depth. You gotta admit, they have some decent players.
they've got pieces, but they just don't gel, and the team's in disarray with their financial issues because Bernie made off with their money. They've got a lot. They're going to be rebuilding for a while. That Mets organization.
A while. They're gonna be rebuilding forever.
Yeah, they'll be like the Nationals for a couple decades.
You mean the Expos?
Expos, Nationals. They may have to move. They may have to move to Brooklyn or something. The Brooklyn
They
Mets.
just got a new stadium a couple years
that's might not be enough.
City Financial Field.
Yeah.
I'm joking, Mike. The Brooklyn Nets, the Brooklyn Mets.
I know, fucker.
Oh my, Dave,
God.
who we have in the National League?
Let's see here. Out of the East, as much as I hate to say this, I do have Philly coming out of the East.
Haters.
Yeah. But that's my gut feeling on that. Out of the Central, I got the Cardinals. Yeah. I think, last year, winning the World Series and everything, I think they can do a little, good time on that. Out of the West, I have no clue. I think it's a toss-up. I think it's just going to be a toss-up. It's going to be round robin. We'll see.
The Dodgers.
Come on! What?
Magic Johnson's gonna pitch.
You know what?
I'm done. I'm done.
I
I'm
actually
done.
did write
No,
LA
sit
down.
down. I'm asking you. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done.
Just for reference, I did write LA down just for the hell of it.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
You do know, I'm just kidding, right? Alright. Who you
My
got?
wild cards. I got my team, Atlanta, and I got the now Miami Marlins, the Florida Marlins. MVP, Cy Young. Don't know. I still think Strasburg is going to have a good year as a pitcher. So there's my dark horse for Cy Young.
Okay. Alright. That's other than the whole Dodgers thing, that was some good picks.
What about World Series picks?
Hold up, I gotta go through my
No one
League
cares
picks.
about yours. No, it's gonna be
No,
the Phillies.
actually, no.
Alright. Coming out of the Central, I've got the Reds. Come on, dude. Joey Votto, that pitching.
It's one player. What pitching? They have the one dude that can throw 102.
Okay, considering he doesn't watch too much baseball.
How much teams that
You
suck?
do remember the Reds made the playoffs, I believe it
2
was
years
2
ago.
years ago. Last year they were, I think, 2 games away from
they tanked.
making it. I just think the Reds are going to do it.
Yeah.
You
So
know
you're saying
what?
the Pirates
You know
will
what?
make it.
The Central is weak. You've got the Cardinals, but I think losing Pujols is going to hurt more than anyone realizes.
Well,
They've got the
'cause
Pirates.
he's Pujols.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've got the Pirates.
The only way you're gonna replace Pujols is with Pujols.
I mean, the
Or-
Brewers might win it, but either way, I've got the Brewers and the Reds both in the playoffs. I've got the Brewers as one of my wild cards. It could go
Oh my
either
God.
way with the Brewers or the Reds. To be completely
Zach
honest.
Greinke pitches for Milwaukee.
No, he doesn't. He used to. He pitches for the Royals.
So you have to do it around.
No.
Trust me. It just hit me. I went, oh my God. He was with the Cardinals. Then he's
No, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
no, 'cause
he
down
was
the-
with the Brewers.
Stat
he was
check
with the
number
Brewers last
3.
year when they were out when they made the
No,
playoffs.
I'm pretty sure he was with the Brewers and then went to the Royals.
What was it? Zach Z-A-C-H. What's his last name?
Greinke. It's G-R-I. It's right there.
I don't know.
Statistics.
Wait, go up. Drafted by the Royals in the first round.
Oh, so he is.
Wait, no, he was drafted by them.
My first round pick.
And that's a
signed.
free agency, 4 years. Deal. Bam, 2011.
I thought it was the other way around.
Milwaukee. Boom! Got you again, motherfucker. What's your shit about you knowing baseball? Nothing compared to me.
Wow. I completely
That's
screwed
twice
that
in
up.
one video.
Twice in one video.
Fuck
Wow.
you.
Really?
At least I admit I don't watch.
You know
baseball.
what? Now
I
I
do watch baseball.
You know
That's
what?
the thing.
now I admit Greinke to win a Cy Young if possible.
That was definitely wow. Well, anyways, since I completely just screwed that up,
Boom, baby.
I don't know.
And boom goes down.
I don't know why I just. Hey, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone gets their facts back.
Oh, but Mr. Baseball over here, fucker.
I still know more than you. That's all that matters. But coming out of the East, I've got the Phillies. they're still the best team in the National League. That pitching, their offense is built to play small ball and just score runs the old-fashioned way. No, seriously, they're built to get a guy on first, on second, bunt him over a third, hit a sac fly. They don't need to hit home runs anymore, not like they used to. And I think that's good for them, not having to rely on the
Just as long as the pitching staff,
pitching holds out.
that's going to be their key. They can play small ball as long as the pitching holds out.
But their depth in pitching, you got to admit, is, I mean,
It's good. It is. Their depth is
Halladay,
good.
Lee, Hamels. Hamels is my pick to win the Cy Young. Being a third starter, he's good enough to be, you know,
teams for number one.
most teams first.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to get a lot of favorable matchups against other teams' third starters. They're going to give up runs, and they're going to look at that. And I think Hamels should be a favorite to win it. I think he could end up, by the time his career is done, maybe being better than Halladay and Lee.
Well, wait. You said Greinke was going to win.
Yeah, when I thought he was in the American
American
League.
Yeah. So is he going to win being in the National League?
I think he'll factor in.
So who's going to be your American League now? No one.
Go
Just-
Verlander. I'm going to take the cop out for this since I'm on the spot.
God, you should have went
Verlander.
fucking Jared Weaver. God.
And then, you know, I said one of our wild card teams was going to be the Brewers. The other one's going to be Miami.
Well, definitely the Brewers now since you have Zach Greinke's on.
Well, I had them before. And my MVP is the $227
Don't say
million
it.
man, Joey
Don't-
Votto. I'm telling you, I think the Reds are going to go to the championship game.
Oh my God.
Dusty, man. Can't count out a Dusty-led team. That's all I got to say. Now, what are your World Series picks?
That's a big. You're saying Joey Votto's going to win the MVP?
Let's throw it before, can do it again. Would you rather me say Ryan? You know what? Let me put it this
Here
way.
we go.
Let me put it this way.
Here we go. Here it comes.
I think Ryan Braun can do it again,
Oh,
but I don't think he will because they're going to look at it. You know, the whole issue with him last year with he tested positive and then he won his appeal, but I think it's going to leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, not knowing exactly what the deal is. I think that might take some votes away from him.
Good.
And you might see a really close field for the MVP race. But anyways, who you got for your World Series picks?
Alright, I got, let's see. I have the Albert Pujols led Los Angeles Angels. Yes, I know.
Of Anaheim.
Whatever.
Come on, get around.
No, God, man, you made me lose my train of thought, you fuckface.
He stole your thunder.
He did. Really did. And I have them playing the Florida Marlins. No, the Miami Marlins.
All right, thank you. Still can't get over the fact you have them in the World Series, but okay.
Well, they're a good team now.
They are.
You know, they have.
Like
I wouldn't say they have
like I said,
dominant pitching, but
I
they have
want to see
decent
how they
pitching.
do with Hanley playing base and not.
I think if he can
Shortstop.
get over playing third base, they'll be a good deep team.
Well, yeah, but we don't know if he's going to.
If he wants to win a ring.
Yeah. He's going to have to get over it. That's what you got to do.
He's going to have to. It doesn't mean he will. How many times have we seen that? In all sports. You know?
Well, if he doesn't, that
Guys
just
have
means
their
he's a giant
pride.
pussy.
Guys just want to ride their pride.
Big fucking deal. You move from shortstop to third base.
Well, you know what?
What the fuck is that? A
it
whole
is
10
big
feet?
deal. Yeah, but it's a big deal.
It's 10 feet!
It's
No,
a different position.
it's a different position.
Different
You
mechanics.
got to know your plays. You got to know your. When you're playing third base, all you got to do is just run up the line on a bunt, lay this way to try and get a ball rolling that way, back up. When you're playing shortstop, sometimes you got to cover second, sometimes you got to cover third, sometimes you got to go towards midfield,
So he
sometimes
has.
you got to run
You
in
think the
towards the
dude would be
pitcher.
happy with less to do?
You would think.
You would think, but when he's used to doing shortstop for, I'm not sure how long he's been playing. I think 6, 7
I wouldn't say.
years. You know, he's been doing it for a while, and who knows how long he, you know, what he. I don't know what he played in the minors.
But the one bad thing is now they have two really speed guys in Reyes and Hanley, and they get injured quite a lot.
That is true.
So if they stay healthy, they're my pick.
What you got?
We said we never do a 45-minute video.
Well, a lot of this is just starting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just give us your gut.
My gut, the Detroit Tigers.
Alright.
Who are they going to play?
If I go gut,
God, I swear to God.
if I go gut, I'll probably go with the Miami Marlins.
Woo! Yeah.
I go
Fuck
gut.
you.
I would want to see Atlanta in there. I just don't think they can do it this year.
Why not? They got close last year.
They
Or
got
not.
close,
They got to the playoffs.
but
Well, they're an older team now.
they are a little older.
They
team.
were young last year.
You know, it's not even the fact that they got older. It's the fact that Chipper he's probably not going to make it through the year.
He didn't make it through last year.
No, I mean like as far as not injury wise, but saying that's it.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
done.
his last year. I mean,
He's already said this is his last
This
year.
is his last year. And so
I could see him
He's already injured.
making it maybe 2 months into the season saying, you know what, guys, I'm just done. I can't do it
know
anymore.
he'll.
He's already talking about how much the injuries are catching up and how he's not feeling well and how his back's bothering
his
him. And
mind is not ending. That's the only thing. He doesn't have the mental toughness right now.
If they start hot, he'll be fine.
I don't know. It's
It's-
a long
No, I'm
season.
talking like hot. I'm like 10.
They're not going to
Yeah,
start
it's-
off that hot.
We don't know who their opponents are. It could be 10 games against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah. It could be hot or cold, just depending on how things go. I think if they do start off really, really hot, he'll be in it. And if they find that they're making themselves closer and closer into the playoffs, then yeah, I think he'll push it through.
You think if since he's injured, they'll sit him down for a little while, maybe wait quarter, maybe bring him back just before the All-Star game. So if they make the playoffs, he'll have eligibility
If
to play.
his mind is in it, that's the key. If, I would think they would want to sit there and talk with him and find out where his mindset is on everything. Because if they're going to sit him and not play him, he's not going to be all that mobile and everything. He's not going to be moving
He's not
around.
going to
He's
be
not
in
going.
baseball shape.
That's the thing. If his mind is not in it, then he's not going to be in baseball shape by the time that comes around.
Right,
If his mind is in it, then he will keep himself in baseball shape while he's rehabbing, while he's trying to get better and
Right.
everything.
So your picks are.
My picks are Tampa.
So you
Did I say Tampa? No, I said Detroit. Detroit and Miami.
And who's going to win it?
We'll go Miami.
Miami?
Just for the hell of it. We're going to say Miami. I'm going to stick with my Florida team.
All right, Homer. What do you got?
Taking the Phillies to beat the Tigers in 7 games.
Ooh.
7 close games. Of course, the Tigers, with the addition,
Don't knock it out of the game. I lean back.
I'm just barely in it, so I don't really care.
with the addition of Prince and how good they were last year, and Verlander, I just see the Tigers blowing through the American League. They might have a close series maybe in the championship round. The Phillies, believe it or not, I think they got better
100 wins.
this year. I'm not saying 100.
Got 102 last year. You're saying they got better.
Yeah, but wins
100
doesn't.
wins? Have some
No.
balls.
No.
You're saying they got better and they got 102 wins last year.
Yeah, but Mike, you gotta understand, in a 162 game season.
What bitch.
No, I'm not saying that they won't. I'm just saying in a 162 game season, it's not always about the better team. Sometimes you just get a ball that bounces the right way, or you get a lucky call. So when you say a team's better, doesn't
gonna
necessarily
start
mean
off
they're gonna get more wins.
I hope they start off.
They're going to
win
start off.
100.
They're going to start off slow. They pick it up towards the end.
Well,
I
let
don't
me
want
put
them
it
to
this
start
way.
off 0-62.
You know,
Be interesting.
That'd be freaking awesome.
their pitching got
Like,
better.
you suck worse than the Knicks.
I love Roy Oswalt, but he was injured last year. I think he hurt the team a bit when he did pitch. I mean, they got a guy like Joe Blanton who could be a bona fide number 3, maybe even a 2 for some teams. Yeah. In the bullpen, ready to come out as a 6th starter or an injury fill-in or something like that. That's kind of huge. You know, you got Jose Contreras, Bastardo, you got Jonathan Papelbon being your closer. I know you don't care because you're a Mets fan. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a close series. Phillies over Tigers. And I think the Tigers will have the home field advantage, though, because I think the American League will win the All-Star game.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it. It's time for that time.
Yeah.
And we should get
Yeah.
Thank you for putting up with that. That was
stuff.
just a long segment with this dumb Mets fan.
Look at you, Mr. Homer guy. I'm going to pick the Phillies to win everything.
Because I'm smart.
25 minutes and this will probably be edited out.
Oh,
As we
yeah.
start going through everything.
Thank you for
I really
joining
hope
us
I'm
for
gonna
another
edit out all
episode
his
of
garbage.
Yeah.
Sports Talk with the Jersey guys. Hope you join us next time.